Yesterday on Public Property, we asked you to vote on the best way for Marvin to rediscover his lost motivation. Was it by improving his body, improving his people skills, or taking over his mum's job? Your judgment coming up. Hello, this is Public Property, the show that allows you to influence the lives of 7 individuals. Now, they've each agreed to do your bidding for 3 months in the hope of winning a Freedom Prize, which will enable them to change their lives forever. Now, today, Marcia has come to see us with a little bit of company. Marcia, you've only been in television for a week. You know, no need for the bodyguards. Thank you very much. Marcia's not alone. As you can see, she's actually got a couple of Aussie backpackers escorting her. One's a Kiwi. Now, don't ask, I'm going to fill you in just a tick. First, to Marvin, the Manchester lad who made a mint in publishing and then lost the lot, all by the age of 25. Now, yesterday's council, in their wisdom, decided the best way for him to get back on track would be to improve on his people skills. And that's what Marvin himself wanted, but it's your vote that counts on Public Property, and you ruled that he should take his mum's job at a courier firm and give her a well-earned rest. Well, here's how Marvin took the news.
Cool. Do you know what? The public need shooting.
Far be it from me to question your judgment, viewers, but maybe improving his people skills might have been the right option there. What do you think there, Sue? Do you think the public got it wrong this time?
I think they have, actually. I feel really sorry for Marvin. I think I do.
Oh, you're a soft touch, you are.
I know. I do feel sorry for him. I thought he ought to have gone to the gym, actually.
And you just wanted to see his muscles.
Yeah, just want to see his body.
Julie?
Well, I mean, I don't really think he should do a job he's not 100% committed to, which he obviously isn't.
All right, what would you have gone for?
Probably the gym.
The gym. I'm going to question you two later. I don't know what your motives are. I'm just not convinced at all. He's a funny one, Marvin, isn't he, Marcia? Because he's a bit of a mixture.
Well, yeah, I think I would have gone for the people skills, because I was with him all day on Monday and he was everything everyone says, arrogant, bossy, but on Monday it was on my behalf and he looked after me all day, made sure I was fed and all that.
I think it's time we explained, actually, that you seem to like getting young men to look after you.
What, you mean other people don't?
Certainly should explain why you were flanked by 2 strapping Australians here. One Australian and one Kiwi. I keep getting that wrong. I'm in trouble. Now, on Monday's show that you told us that you like living alone and that you can be selfish. You also told us that you want to take more risks as you approach the big 6-0. And for some reason, that prompted the viewers to decide that you should open up your house to some Australian backpackers. So here we have, we've got Wayno, and I'm not making this up, and Clayton. Let's give him a round of applause. And we've got another 2. We've got Adam and Paul over there, who we popped onto the council as honorary council members, and we've got another one who's working.
Yeah.
Now, listen, you weren't too keen about the idea of having the guys move in before you knew them. So how's it gone?
Right, well, I wasn't too keen because I don't like having my space invaded. I'm very selfish and I like to be on my own.
Well, that's what you keep telling us.
Yeah, but what... this is really difficult to explain, but your space is not invaded. There are 5 of them in quite a small space and they can be all around you, but because they're so, you know, no worries. You don't feel as though your space is being invaded, as you would with, say, a maiden aunt like me who was saying, have you got your coat? They couldn't care less whether I've got my coat, so you're free within it.
Has it been a good experience then?
Oh, I don't want them to go now.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry because there's no plans for them to go as well.
Oh, I was only saying that for the camera.
Oh, really? There we go. Interesting. Now, what really amused me on Tuesday is that most people, now no disrespect, guys, but their worry would be when you say, right, a bunch of backpackers are coming to stay, you think, oh no, they're going to trash the house. But my most lasting memory of you on Tuesday is you tidying up the house so that it was tidy enough for the guys to come.
That's right. Oh, it was awful.
Well, I think we've got some pictures here of just what kind of state the house was in. There it is there. Marcia. Now, I don't know how to say this politely, but, you know, it's a tip.
It is, it is. Well, this is why I didn't want them, or didn't want anyone. I had a young chap who was only 17 staying in that room, and I said to him...
Was that his dress we saw there?
That's one of our drama dresses. And I said to him, I will not come in that room, you need your space.
When did he leave, Marcia?
No, only about a week or so ago. No, really, yeah, about a week and a half.
The house needs a bit of work, does it?
Oh, God, you're not kidding. Have you seen... There's a ceiling in the garden. Yeah. One of our ceilings fell in, and we didn't know what to do with it, so we opened the window and threw it in the garden. And it's still there.
Oh, well, listen, you've got some brawny boys with you now, so you might be all right. OK, well, I'm delighted to see you looking so cheery, because I really didn't know how it was going to go when the lads moved in. But let's have a little look at just how have the last few days gone.
Right, today I've been absolutely really fed up and really tired. Luckily, I've got good friends and family, and they saw that I was genuinely upset, not just putting it on, you know. So they've rallied round, and hopefully they're going to help, because there's no way I could cope with strangers on my own. Oh!
Marcia? Hello? No, you're not Marcia. No, we ain't. Who's Marcia? I think we saw you on television the other night.
No, that's not me. You've
you.
got the wrong house.
No, we've seen you on TV. No way. They don't
Oh, dear. Well, listen, I don't know where you're going to sleep. I've got nothing for you to eat. And no one, just a minute.
Let Mama just talk to them a minute, Max.
And not only that, no one told me about feeding you or anything.
It's all right, we're on a liquid diet.
Australian diet.
Yeah, liquid diet.
Yeah, they're exactly what I expected.
Writing her public property diary each day has become a bit of a chore for Marcia, so she's enlisted her new housemates to write it for her.
It's like Mission Impossible.
I'm going to type in a diary on the internet. Look, I tell you what, you know me now. We're all friends now. You write what you think I would write.
We're staying here forever. Good hell. Big night.
I woke up this morning with all my clothes on. Oh, this must have been after I went to bed. That's me dusting. This is where my Australian friend slept. I spent all that time cleaning that room upstairs and landed in here. So I needn't have bothered doing any of that, need I? OK, the cab's here. I've not had men to look after for a long time.
Yep.
And I've bustled around looking after, waiting for you all to come home from work.
Excellent.
I felt like Snow White.
Oh, did you? What comes around goes around.
After tasting a bit of British hospitality, Marcia's newfound friends have decided to take her out, Aussie style.
Every minute that I'm with them more, I like them more. I don't sound what I think I sound, do I?
Yes, you do. Well, Marcia, I'm sorry, but you did sound exactly like you thunked you sound there. Absolutely. Well, apart from having a great time, you're obviously having a great time there, which is maybe a bit of, you know, kind of honeymoon period, if I can put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, how have the last few days been for you in terms of reassessing what you think about things?
I don't know if it's all just a joke or if we're meant to take it seriously, but I am taking it seriously, even though it's fun. And one thing I realised when I saw myself on telly was that I looked like whatever happened to Baby Jane. That's going to alter. And the other thing was that I realised that everyone says, oh, she's so nice, she's so... I'm not, it's fear. I'm too scared to assert myself. And being with these...
Matriarch.
She's they call me the matriarch, which is the head of the female. You know, and I just feel more
Clayton
assertive.
and Wayno, I mean, you have been plunged into a quite unreal situation here. So you're going to go and stay with this lady. She's 58. She says she's selfish and she likes living alone and she wants to take risks. What do you make of her?
I find Marcia to be a good laugh myself. Her house for us, I mean, we walked in there and it was like a backpacker's dream. I mean, you could throw your pack anywhere, and if you spilled a beer, it didn't really matter. It was top notch. Honestly,
Gee, thanks. Gee, thanks.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Well, you know what? Housework makes you ugly.
Is that right? Yeah, but you know, the thing that somebody might ask, and I'm going to go and ask my counsel here, it's great fun and all the rest of it, but, you know, is it really a way for a 58-year-old woman to be living? You know, a lot of people would think, well, you're trying to recapture some lost youth and it's not really practical. I mean, well, we've got our other two backpacking friends here. We've got Paul and Adam. What do you think, Paul?
I think she's fine. She's energetic. She's young. When you move in, I expect her to be a bit more sort of motherly, but it's nothing like that. It's just like one of the boys, really. You sort of steam in, drop your gear, and get on the beers.
But how do you think, Adam, that Marcia would cope if you were there for that much longer?
I think she'll cope all right, but I think the novelty will wear off very quickly.
Yeah.
For the first 3 nights, it's like a holiday and you're getting to know each other, but after another week or so, the novelty definitely won't be there. Smelling us every night. Won't be fun.
Do you think that's right, Marcia? You know, being a bit more serious here.
Right.
You know, you've had a good fun for the last 3 days.
Okay. I do feel if I had to have anybody, if I'm being serious, share my home, it would. Well, I really will be so sorry. Sad. We've all already exchanged addresses.
We look after you, don't you?
But having said that, I would still think that I'm very independent and I prefer my space. But if I had to have anybody, it would be these 4 and Marco, who's at work.
I mean, what you could say is it was a risk to have these guys in. And you said that you wanted to come on the programme and take more risks. So you have started on that process. So I'm wondering, where do we go from here? I mean, I saw, for instance, that you had them doing the emails for you. I know that you're an absolute technophobe, aren't you? You just hate that computer.
Yes, it's been every day. I mean,
So I think we've got to get you sorted out on that one, don't you think?
Oh, God. Oh, that would be... That's a challenge for the whole world, that one.
Anything else you would like to tackle? Anything in your mind you think, right, OK, I've started on this journey now?
Yeah. What I want is by the end of the 12 weeks, I'm sort of taking one step at a time. My first step was to get not looking like, you know, whatever happened to baby Jane, and to share my space without being... you know, sort of, which I've managed to do, but obviously because they're so wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want to live with these? Let's be honest.
But anyway, it's the first step in a journey, and I'm very, very glad to hear it. And can I say thanks so much for you guys? I mean, you've obviously just been an absolute dream this week. How long are you planning to stay, Wayno?
We'll stay as long as they'd like us to stay.
Right, let's move on then to your next big decision, Marcia. The first one was an absolute winner, wasn't it? So
yes,
let's see what the options are for this one. So what we have for you this week is that you can, perhaps, tackle that technophobia and go on an intensive IT course. Now, this is specifically designed for people who are terrified of computers. So that's you. Or we also know that you quite fancy learning to drive, but you've tried it before and you haven't really made any headway. Now, we've got to apply for your provisional licence if the public go for this one. But in the meantime, we can get some, you know, sort of off-road driving for your high-speed racetrack stuff, you know, just to get you in the mood.
Belly drive.
Fantastic, right? And the third one, a bit more practical, to stop putting off the repairs that you need on that house of yours. Get your house together to say, and I'm sure the lads here will give you a hand in doing that. So there you go. These are the 3 options for Marcia's big decision this week. Give us a call if you've already made your mind up. Right, we're going to take a short break to give you a chance just to think a bit hard about what Marcia should do in her bid to become Britain's riskiest pensioner. We'll also catch up with Paul and Katie, who you decided should have a go at busking to relieve their cash flow problems. That's right, they're stony broke. And we find out how life in the calf is treating ex-history teacher Mark.
We're not doing Robbie Williams, we're doing
be,
Hank Williams, because we're old.
It'll be a cassette.
Square.
It's not even 9 o'clock at night, but I can't tell you how tired I am already.
It's a funny colour. I hope it's not something you ate. Join us after the break to hear more from Mark and see how the council vote on Marcia's big decision. Welcome back to Public Property. It's your show, you call the shots. Now we're here with Marcia and her Aussie Backpacker Lodgers, just pondering the three options for her second big decision. And let's remind ourselves of what they are. The first one is that Marcia should take an intensive IT course to conquer her fear of computers. There's a number to call if you think that that's what she should do. They all start the same, 0901 561, that ends in 5001. The second one is that Marcia should tackle her fear of driving. We're going to apply for a provisional licence if you go for this one, and she can do some high-speed off-road driving in the meantime as a passenger. 5002 is that one. And the third one, to stop putting off those repairs to the house, rope in the Aussies to help her out and get everything sorted. 5003 is the option there. If you've already made up your mind at home, just call the number next to your preferred option. What's your preferred option at this stage, Marcia?
Oh gosh, well I have to say I've got the IT, I think I'll have the IT skills by the end of the 12 weeks, like it or not I'll have to have. So it's one of the other two, I'm not sure yet.
Not sure yet?
No.
What do we think behind me? Liz, what do you think?
I think all three of them are fairly intense
one, Liz?
courses, but I definitely think about the house. You're an energetic woman and I think you've got the self-esteem, or you will have the self-esteem to get the other two done if you start off with a clean house, clean mind, get everything done. You've got Aussie backpackers with you, they can give you a hand. You know, they look fairly fit, strong blokes, so there's no reason why they couldn't lend a hand. You know, you just stand there and supervise.
I don't think we've got that. Well, what about some of these Aussie pack? What do you think there? Adam, what do you think?
Well, I think maybe the driving, because I'm not that good at cleaning, really.
What about you, Richard? What do you think?
I think the IT would be a bit too easy, and you can do that anyway. I'd definitely go for the driving.
Definitely go for the driving. There you go. Driving's a bit of a favourite here. What do you think, Clayton?
I'd definitely go for the fast car business. Definitely driving.
Driving?
Yep.
OK. Of course, it is up to you at home. Very interesting what everyone here thinks, but you're the people who make the decision, so call now. Marcia, I need your help. Right, the council are going to vote on what they think Marcia should do in just a bit. But first, let's catch up with Katie and Paul, our hard-up couple from Brighton, who need to get some money in quick and are preparing themselves to go busking.
I mean, I've been waiting, on tender hooks for the last week or two, wondering what on earth they're going to give us. And now I'm very relieved.
This is quite good. It's less than 24 hours. And
it's so like inspiring, isn't it?
Oh well,
Cat Stevens,
he's silly, isn't he?
The Doors,
Like
David Bowie. That's popular. Can't you learn David Bowie?
I can learn a couple of David Bowie songs.
The really sad thing is all the people who spent years working on music, and we've got a week to try and get something together, and we're so limited, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
But, did I find the library cards?
Although Katie and Paul are accomplished musicians, they're a bit worried their repertoire is too limited, so they've gone in search of inspiration.
Will it be under Woofah Williams?
Yeah.
We're not doing Robbie Williams, we're doing Hank Williams, because we're old.
It'll be a cassette.
Square. I know I'm sure that people would rather, when they walk past, hear something cheerful than something really morose. I think something cheerful is more likely to get the coins flung in their violin case, you know. I've got a lovely violin case. It's really, really posh, yeah.
Well, they seem pretty chirpy, unlike poor Mark. A fortnight ago, he was teaching in a posh boys' school. On Wednesday, you decided it would do him good to see the other side of life, and you sent him to work in a cafe. Now, don't adjust your sets at this point. Mark will explain why he looks like a creature from another planet.
Now, to some of you, this might look a very late at night shot. It isn't. It's not even 9 o'clock at night. But I can't tell you how tired I am already.
Right, 2 toast jams, that's fairly obvious, that's just 2 toast jams.
Had the longest, this is the longest day. They made a film about it, they got it wrong. This is it.
You get 2 toast best, which is butter, not marge.
But I'm going to bed now and it's not even 9 o'clock, so I can just get up and make sure that I'm right for tomorrow.
And you got 2 twos, which means you got 2 people who want 2 slices.
I think they're going to make me cook a little bit more tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be a little bit more awake, but at the moment I need sleep.
It's all fairly obvious when you're explained.
And I can't turn the lights on because it will wake me up, so that is why I might look a little bit green. It's not because I'm ill, because I'm asleep, it's because I've got a wicked video camera that shoots in the dark. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be a little bit more awake. See you later. And thanks for all those emails. Wicked. Bye.
Bless him. Do you think he's going to last the pace, Marcia?
Yes, I do. I think he's sort of a stayer, and with his rowing background and everything, I think whatever you throw at him, he'll stick at it.
Well, he's certainly given that a good go. You've got to give him that much. Right, OK, let's see what we're going to throw at you now. I think it's time to find out what the council have decided they would like to see you doing next week. So, council members, would you please join me in the inner circle and cast your votes for Marcia's option, please? Here they come, my council. They're going to get dizzy going round here. Now, if they decide that Marcia should tackle her fear of all things technical, computers and that, they're going to vote red. That's 5,001 is the end of that number there. If they think that she should tackle her fear of driving and get her on the roads, they're going to vote green. And you should dial 0901 561 5002. And if they think that she should do up the house, get it ship-shape in Bristol fashion with the help of her Aussie backpackers, they'll vote blue. And you dial 0901 561 5003. What do the council think, I wonder? Oh, it's resoundingly blue. Do up the house with the help of your new friends, Marcia. In fact, I'm told 66% have decided that that's the right option for you, and that includes Adam and Paul, the 2 backpackers that we had on the council. Brave lads, well done. What do you think of that?
I would have preferred the driving.
You prefer the driving?
Yeah, that would have been my first option.
OK. Well, of course, it's not the council that decides. It is the viewers at home.
Right.
And there they are. They are out there and they're looking at you now, Marcia. So perhaps you'd like to explain why you fancy the driving over the doing up the house.
Right, OK. The doing up the house would be wonderful, and it would mean I'd have the boys for a good long time, but I think it might all turn into fun rather than serious. And I've been trying to learn to drive since I was 17, and I'm now 58, and I've never even got as far as my test. So that would be a huge, huge milestone for me at my age. Give me a lot of confidence.
Well, Marcia, that was a very heartfelt plea.
Yeah.
I can do nothing for you on that because the viewers will decide what they think is right. But it's up to you. These are the numbers. Those are the options for Marcia for this week. Dial the number of the one that you think would be best for her. That's it for the first week of Public Property, the show in which we supply the characters and you determine the plot. This week you sent Rebecca and Carla to an army boot camp, you told Marvin to take on his mum's job, and you sent Katie and Paul out busking to earn some cash. We'll let you know how they're all getting on next week, but remember you can keep up with them on the Public Property website. The address for that is coming up in just a tick. You'll also find the numbers to vote on what Marcia should do next on there. Her life is on hold until you call. Remember, they're your property, so take good care of them. Goodbye.